Oh, it's pretty, isn't it? I mean, just look at it. It came out so freaking good. Every part of this just screams, f me. Every part of it. Like from the new wheels to the design to how the yellow comes together. It is now the ultimate GT2 RS. All right, guys, welcome back to our regular reviews, and we are doing an update today here at Exotic Car Hacks talking about my GT2 RS that is now finally done. So we have done quite a bit to this car without going over the top. Minor modifications to really make it truly special. So you may have realized that I bought this car and I really wasn't a fan of the color, but I always buy the deal, and the yellow just worked. It just didn't work as my favorite color, but it was a fully loaded YSAC car with all the right options, a super high sticker, everything leathered up inside, and of course the right headlights, taillights, and everything else. So where basically we made upgrades was to satisfy my very OCD towards the things that I didn't love about the simplicity of this car, except without going overboard, to ensure that the value retains strong enough so that certainly when we are done and ready to sell it, we can make some money on this car. So let's talk a little bit about just the idea that the car is fully loaded. In my previous video, I've talked about some of these generic options that you can get, whatever, so no one gives a shit anymore. But some very minor things you can do to the car that we've done here. Obviously, the clear markers, a $300 upgrade from Suncoast Porsche, very simple and easy. Factory suspension, fully adjustable, so no need for springs or anything else here. And then of course, we're gonna get to the wheels, which are a big deal, but the interior on these older 991s is what lacks the most, even once you get a really loaded interior. And so we've gone with a very special P1 design seat. So P1, not for McLaren P1, but that is a company that does these plaid type of seats on the inside to give it a very iconic, legendary look. And then of course we have the BBI cage right here done as well for that yellow pop color match to the perfect yellow to the car. We purposefully don't tint windows so you can really see the cage here, and really gives the car now like that perfect look. But I want to say something about the wheels, because this car obviously, in order to resell well, had to come with the mags. The mags are a $25,000 wheel setup that basically is almost flawless from the factory. So it really, to be honest, a GT2 RS doesn't really need wheels to stand out. But here's the problem. Mag wheels can't be painted easily because obviously they come in a certain color and you can't bake them. So we learned this by just obviously researching it and realized that even though it came with black wheels, I hate black wheels. I despise black wheels because they hide the lines and it makes the car look very banana. So we needed a contrasting wheel, which is where I reached out to Will's Boutique, and me and Ben basically came up with this idea for this finish, which I wanted to do a finish called Naked Silver, which was a very bizarre non-metallic silver that worked really well on yellow. But that color was discontinued by HRE and they didn't want to do it because it had problems. So instead, what I decided to do was I wanted to do this frosted, brushed kind of look, which it's going to be hard to see in the film here, but it has this foggy gray effect to it, so it retains the silver. It's half matte, half polish, and half gloss, and it just looks really freaking good in contrast to yellow. And it really makes a difference, especially on factory sizes. And the R101 lightweight wheels are basically the closest thing to a mag wheel, but now able to get the finish I want. So with this, we basically created this stunning design GT2 RS, and it's absolutely stunning. Like, it came out perfect, and you guys have to look at it. Come over here and show them this, Reggie. It is spectacular in how good this came out, especially with very light suspension modifications to just get it to sit right. Now, one of the things you'll know too is Porsches sound terrible. I mean, absolutely terrible, because they just have no power at lower RPMs, but yet they have turbos, and the GT2 didn't sound that bad compared to the other ones. So we needed to update that a little bit, and I went to Soul Performance because I really like their products. They make quality products, and I decided to do something pretty crazy, which was to take their header system, like what I would call the CAT system or straight pipe system, to basically straight pipe this car, remove the muffler, and have basically no CAT going straight out. So it is technically now straight piped, and as a result, it also has a stage 1 tune for just that bump of power, thanks to my friends at Excel Racing. And wait till you hear it, because now the noise has made this car my favorite car after the SVJ, because you don't expect it to sound this good, look this good, and I just want you to hear it because it's just amazing. Listen to that. It's just spectacular, like spectacular, I think. And you can really hear the turbo spool. superb. Like, I can't stress that enough. It is just superb. Like, between the spool and the noise, it all comes down so flawlessly, and it has become one of my favorite driving cars, especially in cold weather. Now, I didn't expect to like this car as much because I'm a big believer that the 991 interior is so inferior to the 992, but nonetheless, this car is just superb. And in a future video, we're gonna compare this to my new GT3 RS and really talk about the differences between an old GT2 RS and a new GT3 RS, which are ultimately the same price based on the market adjustment values right now. And it'll be very interesting to see how they compete, especially because both cars are incredibly loaded. So there you have it. I just wanted to give you a quick update about this car, how we turned basically a GT2 RS that was somewhat of what I would consider to be a boring car into now one of my favorite driving cars. Now, don't forget, this is the beauty of Exotic Car Hacks. I'm going to make over $50,000 after I'm done driving this over the next few months and I'm bored with it. Now, I don't know if I'll be bored because it's probably one of the coolest cars now, but assuming I don't want it anymore at some point, it'll actually make me money. So if you want to learn those principles and how to never lose money on cars and at least enjoy the cars of your dreams and actually turn around and be able to either make a profit or break even, click the link in the description where I'm going to break down for you a free training where you're going to learn exactly how to do this. Yes, and it's free. It's in the description. You can also join Exotic Car Hacks, our community, right in the description. And of course, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and we will be in touch with a future update a year from now to really see how cool this turns out. But there you have it. The GT2 RS is now finished, and it is about as exciting and amazing as GT2s come. I'll catch you next time for another video on Exotic Car Hacks. You know, everyone knows me as this car guy. I'm a big car collector. I love cars, and more importantly, they know me for making good decisions, gaining in and out of cars in order to maximize my return. But what if I told you that one of the ways I was able to buy all these cars has been by trading watches? But I'm not here to tell you about my other company, Watch Trading Academy. Instead, I'm here to tell you about a question I get asked at Watch Trading Academy a lot, which is, how do you sell watches confidently and, more importantly, in a safe manner online? Simply put, I use this company called Grailsy. It is a safe and very transparent way to sell a watch online. Not only do they handle the whole transaction from A to Z, but they make it safe for both the buyer and the seller, and because they really cater to real buyers and not just other watch traders, as a seller, you're always getting a great premium on a watch, especially when you're selling it. And as a buyer, you never know when you can find a great deal. So definitely check them out at grailsy.com. They're an incredible company, and they've been the best place to safely buy and sell luxury watches.
Grailsy, buy and sell iconic timepieces.